This is the real story of a condemned prisoner who only had one last wish before his execution, to see his dog just one more time. You will never guess what happened next. It will break your heart. Meet Clint, a 36-year-old man from Arizona who always had a soft spot for animals. Clint had a great job, a loving wife, and 3 wonderful children. He was also a dog lover. One day, while driving home from work, he saw a lost dog on the side of the road. He stopped and offered the dog water and some food, then took him home. Soon, the dog became part of their family. Clint named him Lucky. They all loved the dog very much. But soon, Clint's perfect life fell apart. He was falsely accused of robbing a bank and sentenced to death by lethal injection. He always maintained his innocence, but no one listened. After many years of trying to get his sentence overturned, Clint came to terms with his fate. He knew his execution date was fast approaching. As he sat alone in his jail cell, his mind raced. There were so many things he wanted to do and say before his time ran out. Most of all, he wanted to see his beloved dog one last time. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe and support us. The day of Clint's execution arrived. He got up early, took a shower, and put on the clothes they gave him. They drove him to the courthouse in a black car. All the way there, he kept thinking about his dog. Suddenly he remembered something. He asked the officers if he could make a phone call. "I have to call my wife," he said. When he got through, he heard the barking of dogs in the background. He knew exactly what his wife was doing. She was with their dog. He could hear their 3 children in the background crying and asking for their father. He felt tears welling up in his eyes, but he blinked them away. He was a strong man and didn't want to cry. He had to be strong for his family. When he told his wife over the phone that today was the day, she started sobbing. He could hear the kids crying in the background. He felt his wife's pain over the phone. He whispered, "It's okay, don't cry. I love you," then hung up. Soon they arrived at the courthouse. Clint was taken into a small room. 2 people were waiting for him. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was his wife and his dog. He threw himself at his wife. "I can't believe it. I thought I'd never see you again," he whispered, holding her tight. Then he turned to Lucky, who licked his face. "Oh boy, I'm so glad to see you one last time," he said. Lucky barked and licked his face. Clint scratched behind his ears. After a while, the time came for him to go. His wife and kids left. Clint was led to the execution chamber. On the way, he asked if he could make another phone call. They agreed. This time he called his favorite animal charity. "I'm leaving you everything I have. Please take care of the animals," he said. He then made a final call to an unknown number. A woman picked up. "Hello," she said. Hi," stammered Clint. "Who is this? Don't you recognize my voice?" "It's your daughter," said the woman. "What? How? Why are you calling me from jail?" she asked. "I'm not in jail. I'm calling from the courthouse. I'm being executed today. I wanted to tell you," he began. "You're what? Why aren't you telling me this over the phone? Are you crazy?" she interrupted. "I'm sorry, but I don't know how to say this," he replied. "Listen, I don't know who you are, but if you're playing a prank, it's not funny," she said. "No, I swear I'm telling the truth." "I'm your father," he said. Silence. "You're lying. I don't have a father." "Now goodbye," she said and hung up. Clint sighed. Maybe she will believe the truth one day. He entered the execution chamber. There was a table in the middle of the room, a chair strapped to it, and then 4 attached to the table. The officer gestured for him to sit down. He hesitated. This was it. There was no turning back. Suddenly he started to feel bad. He thought about his wife, his kids, and his dog. He didn't want to die. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and sat down. He opened his eyes and looked at the 4. It was almost time. An old African-American man in a white coat walked in. He introduced himself as Dr. White. He checked the floor and asked if he could ask God one last question. Sure, replied Clint. Do you think God still loves me? Asked Clint. The doctor paused. Well, if God loves everyone, then yes, he said. Thank you, whispered Clint. Suddenly 2 men in black suits walked in. They went to the other side of the table and pressed some buttons. A screen turned on. Clint watched curiously. The screen showed a young woman sitting in front of a green screen. Hello world, my name is Isabella. I'm 22 years old and I'm a reporter for a major news channel, she said. Today is an important day. We have someone very special with us. Someone who has been sentenced to death by lethal injection, she continued. Clint's eyes widened. What was this about? Was this part of his punishment? The woman on the screen continued, Our guest today has one last message for the world. He wants to say goodbye and leave a final message. The camera panned to Clint. He waved. Hi everyone. I want to tell you that I'm innocent. I never robbed that bank. I didn't even own a gun. I would never hurt anyone. I love my family and my dog. Goodbye. The woman on the screen nodded. That was very touching. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, I have a few questions for you. Clint nodded. Why did you kill that woman? She asked. Clint was confused. What woman? I didn't kill anyone, he said. You killed Maria Lopez. Do you remember her? She was the manager of the bank you robbed, she said. I didn't do any of that. I'm innocent, he replied. Are you sure? Because we have video footage of you robbing the bank, she said. That must be a mistake. I've never been to that bank in my life, he replied. The woman on the screen leaned forward. Mr. Jones, you have one last chance to tell the world the truth. Are you going to waste it? She asked. Clint was shocked. How did she know his name? How do you know my name? He asked. We have everything, Mr. Jones. The footage of you robbing the bank, the footage of you planting the bomb and killing Maria Lopez, the fingerprints, the DNA, the witnesses, she said. Clint was stunned. He had never killed anyone. He was innocent. Suddenly the door burst open and 2 officers ran in. Stop the recording, they shouted. They unstrapped the chair and helped Clint up. What's going on? Why did you let that woman lie to me? He asked. We're so sorry, Mr. Jones. That woman was our undercover agent. You passed a lie detector test, which is why we brought you here to clear your name, said one of the officers. Clint couldn't believe it. He was innocent. He had been set up. The officer continued, We're taking you home right now. Your wife and kids are waiting for you. We'll explain everything to them, he said. Clint was overjoyed. He threw his arms around the officer. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you, he said. He left the courthouse with a police escort. All the cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions, but Clint didn't care. He was too happy to be innocent. He couldn't wait to be reunited with his family. As soon as his wife saw him, she rushed forward and hugged him. You're alive, she whispered. Clint nodded. And I'm so sorry. I thought I'd never see you again, he said. Me too, she replied. Then they heard a familiar bark. They turned to see Lucky running towards them. Lucky, shouted Clint. The dog jumped into his arms. Clint hugged the dog tightly. Oh boy, I'm so glad to see you one last time, he said. Lucky barked and licked his face. They all lived happily ever after.